Recording. Okay. All right. So thank you for joining the today's session, demo sessions organized by Education Ellipse. So first of all, I will introduce myself. Right. I am Abhishek Agrawal. I have done my graduation from NIT Raipur in 2016, and I do have like total 8 years of experience. Right. And I have worked in the technology such as Azure Data Factory, Azure Databricks, Azure Synapse Analytics. I have written my code in PySpark, Spark SQL, Python, and SQL. And I have delivered like 7 to 8 data migration projects in this 8 years. Currently, I'm working in Aldi Sud in Germany as Azure data engineer, where I'm basically handling the migration of the data from the Hadoop cluster to the Spark cluster. And what we do, like what I do generally, like um, I teach what I do in my company. So in my past 8 years, I have tried to like I started this teaching journey from past 2 years, right? So I basically trained around 200 to 300 people. I take few students, I help them, I groom them, I help them till the time they get a job, and I teach what I do in my company. So I do it as a side hustle. I take few students, I help them to learn Azure technology, and this is what I do, right? So this is about me. And now, before coming to the demo session, I was just going through the topics which is generally been asked in the demo, right? So like the questions which people have generally, right? So these are the questions generally people have before coming to the demo. That I know the people who came for the demo are generally are here for uh, either they want to switch their career into the Azure data engineering, or they are basically like they want to handle a project in their current company, right? So these are the basic two motto whenever anybody is coming for the demo. So the questions which probably they have is how they can switch to Azure data engineering, how they can do the live projects, right? And how they will practice in Azure, how a particular person can switch to Azure, what are the starter tools somebody can learn, is the coding experience required and how much coding experience is required, the recordings will be given or not, how to approach the interview, the Azure has a good future or not, how much experience somebody can show by learning the current skill set, how a particular person can go for the certification, fresher can get a job in this particular field or not, right? So the all of these questions probably like you have, and I have tried to write all the questions so that all of those questions can be answered during the demo, right? So I try to also divide this demo into three parts. So first of all, the why of it, the what of it, then how of it, right? So first of all, we'll understand why, in which we will understand that the Azure market is good or not in future, and then we will also understand who are the people who can switch to Azure particularly, right? That we'll understand by learning why of it. Okay. Then we will go to the what of it, like what is Azure data engineering. So sometimes there's a confusion of around data engineering itself. Somebody is coming to the data engineering part and then they are basically looking for some sort of a training around like the dashboarding or ML algorithm. So there's some sort of a confusion which we will learn what is data engineering and what are the starter tool you should focus on while coming to Azure, and then how of it, right? So like how we can switch. Okay, so like course overview, and then I will give you the lab sessions, how we'll go to the lab session, and then interview question, and then we'll go to the monetary value of it, right? How to basically get a job and how to switch, right? So how to prepare interview question, the company question, resume, mock interview, all of that we'll learn after that, right? So we will divide the demo into three parts, like why, what, and how. And after the each part, I will stop and ask questions. So after the why of it, you can ask question. After what of it, you can ask question. And after how of it, you can ask question. So we will like I will take the questions throughout the demo. And currently, this particular option of asking question is like you cannot like unmute yourself, but whenever the Q&A session will come, I will give you that option, and then you can probably like ask questions. So I will stop in between. But after completing why of it, if you have question of like how this particular course will go or anything related to the topic, please wait for some time, because that question will be answered anyways. And then we are taking 20 students per batch, right? So we have like a few seats left, 3 4 students are left. So uh, like this particular class we started like a week back, and then only 2 classes happened, so we have few seats left. So I thought of conducting one more demo session. We are taking 20 demo sessions, so few seats left, 2 3 seats left, and then hence we are conducting this demo session. And the course duration is 2 months. The class will happen Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, 8 to 9 p.m. IST. Okay. Now I will go and topic by topic. So first we'll understand the why of it, in which we'll understand what is the market of Azure and what is the market of cloud in general, right? That we'll understand first. So let's start, and then we'll understand who are the people who is switching to Azure. Okay. So for that, first of all, I will open a very good slide to present that. 1 second. All right. Uh, all right. So sometimes if you have any question which is not written there, probably you can type in the chat and I can take that question going forward, right? All right. So first of all, we'll understand the why to learn cloud. Okay, why it's important to learn cloud. Let's understand that first. Okay, sometimes people are not clear that hey, cloud market has a good future or not, or why I should learn cloud. Okay, so that's a question. First of all, let's understand that. So back in 2016 or 15, when I was in college, or back in when I was studying for my preparation of NIT and IIT in Kota, right? So I used to use this the CDs, DVDs, or pen drive to uh, basically like watch movies, or to get exam paper, or uh, guys, I don't know how to enable disable this option, but whosoever Praveen, if you are drawing something, please stop that. I don't know how to stop that option. 1 second. I will stop sharing and share it again. All right. All right. So yeah, so back in those days, I used to use this PDs, like CDs, DVDs, pen drive, and all of that to store my data. But now I don't longer use them, right? So I don't longer use them. Reason being that if I want to share some sort of movies, or like any sort of pictures with anyone, I need to go to that person and hand over that pen drive, right? Instead of I will upload the photos in Google Drive or something like that, and then that particular photo can be shared very easily. So sharing is very easily, first of all, right? So, and then second of all, the maintenance. So suppose if the pen drive is full, I need to go to the market, buy a new pen drive and all of that, right? So the at the same time, first is sharing, second is like I need to maintain that, and then a particular pen drive is up, like the downgraded, or like suppose if I want to buy a fresh version of a pen drive which is having like good features and all of that, then I need to go to the market and purchase that. So I need to basically the collaboration for collaborating with others to upgrade that pen drive and to maintain that pen drives and all of that. A particular individual is also switching to cloud nowadays, right? So people are moving the data to the cloud. I use Google Drive extensively. I upload every photo and everything in the Google Drive. And like probably all of you are using like the sync feature, and so every individual is switching to the cloud if you pay attention, right? So similarly, every company is trying to switch their data and move the data to the cloud, reason being reason of because of all of these reasons which I have described you. And I have a good slide which can basically, yeah, so here, so suppose because of all of this difference, so people are switching to the cloud because of in the cloud you ideally need to pay for whatever service you use. For that only you need to pay for it, right? So the pay as you go model, the load data loss, if data is lost, then it will be easily recovered, right? Suppose, and then upgrade is very easy to collaborate, and then the implementation is very easy. So because of all of these advantages, people are moving the data to the cloud. So I have tried to give you a very layman example through which you can make sense out of it, right? So now that is why people are moving to data to the cloud now, right? So now let's now understand. Yeah, so you understood that. Yeah, Abhishek, I understood that cloud is important, but why particularly Azure? Okay, why Azure cloud is important and why we should learn Azure only, right? So let's understand that now. So now if you ask me that, hey, which market is good nowadays, so every cloud market is good. Ideally you can learn AWS, you can learn GCP, you can learn Azure, right? So every cloud market is good. Now I am from this particular field. From past 8 years I'm in this particular field, right? From opportunity wise, I don't face any challenges when I switch a job in India, or when I applied the job directly to Germany from India and got a job in here. So I don't face any challenges. There is always a struggle whenever you're finding a job, that like, yeah, so the main thing which you want whenever you're finding a job is to get an interview call, right? So that is the most important thing. So if you get an interview call, and if you give interviews in a proper manner, then only you'll get a job, right? So now suppose if you are in that particular field in which you're not getting an interview call, then it's a trouble for you, right? Ideally. So main thing is you get an interview call. So if you are trying to find a job in India, or if you're trying to find a job in abroad, like, so you will get an interview call anyways, because I have done that. I have faced that. I have switched many companies in India. So the opportunity wise, cloud Azure cloud market is very good. Now at the same time, the second reason is the when you think about it, like every company, I have many good friends in Google, and I have like a good friend in Amazon, but in those big giants, right? So in those big companies as well, those company have many integrated, like a small, like they have, like suppose they have replacement of every tool. Suppose yeah, so they don't try to use a Microsoft product in Amazon, and they don't try to use a like Microsoft product in GCP, but Microsoft has a so good of a product integration everywhere, right? So they have Office, and they have like they have a this VS Code, and they have many good softwares which basically cannot be rejected with any company, right? So and also like, so that gives Microsoft a very good advantage to market their product, which is Azure Cloud, right? So that is the second reason. And third reason is ideally Microsoft also has a good partnership with OpenAI and ChatGPT, which also gives the third reason that Microsoft is good, right? But I am in this particular field from 8 years, so I think that Microsoft has a like a good potential and opportunity. Right, it's a very good cloud to switch. Okay, now I have the stats to basically prove that. If you see, the Azure market is basically increasing by the 21%, right? And then the if you see, the job market is also like very good. If you just go and search Azure data engineer, and then from innovation perspective, as I already told you, that from the innovation perspective as well, it has a very good integration with ChatGPT and then OpenAI. And then from the salary perspective as well, you get a good package. And then from the salary perspective as well, the skill has a good market potential, or to get good salary, right? So this is about like why a particular the cloud is important, and why Azure cloud is particularly important, right? So now, who are the people who are basically coming to Azure data engineering, and who are the people who are basically switching to Azure data engineering? Let's understand that, right? So now suppose somebody came here, and then he wants to understand that, hey Abhishek, like um, should I learn about data engineering, or who, like, I should learn about data engineering or not? So suppose if you are from non-technical background, okay, so anybody can basically learn Azure data engineering. Or like suppose if you are from non-technical background, then also you learn data engineering, right? So these are the general people who comes for the data engineering, right? So Power BI, data analyst, database administrator, informatica, SSIS, these are the general people who come from the data engineering. But suppose if you are from some sort of marketing background, or if you have some sort of other domain, then also you can learn Azure data engineering. There is no like prerequisite or something like that that you cannot learn Azure data engineering. You can easily learn that, right? So Power BI, so these are the general people. But if you are from some sort of other background, right, then also you can learn data engineering. I just want to highlight that. So the Power BI developer also want to learn the backend of it. The Informatica developer also wants to learn the upgraded the technology, which is Azure Cloud. And then SSIS developers also learning about data engineering, right? And then the database administrator also are switching to Azure data engineering. But suppose if you are some sort of marketing background or a sales background, and then if you feel that Abhishek, I want a technical job so that I don't get hassle of doing a sales job because they don't like it probably. Sometimes, yeah, so there are people who loves the sales job, but there's also people who don't like it and they want some sort of a technical skill set. Or suppose if you're from marketing background and if you want to switch to a technical skill set, and if you want to do that, then easily can be done. I have many students who have done that already, right? So if you follow a proper path, that ideally can be done. All right, now we learned about like the why of it by very layman terms and very simple terms. Now we will learn what is Azure, the data engineering and Azure cloud, and what the starter tool we should focus on, right? That we'll learn after that. Now if you have any question related to this, you can ask me now, or else we will move forward. So I will just give you a option so that you can unmute yourself and then ask question. Okay, so yeah, so guys, if you have any question now, you can probably ask me. Yeah, anybody has any question,
Oh,
guys?
I have one question.
Hmm.
Uh, so as you said that your course is going to be Azure oriented,
Hmm.
but what if I want to learn over the AWS?
Yes, then I am not the right person in that case. So I will teach Azure particularly in next month or next, yeah, in next month probably. Like we are launching the AWS course, so you can enroll for that. But I don't have a estimate date for it. But we'll soon launch a AWS course as well. But currently we have a Azure course only in our platform.
Okay.
Hi, Abhishek.
Yeah, hi.
Hi, my name is Raghavendra Singh. I
Mm-hmm.
have approximately overall 9 years of experience,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm basically working as a associate Power BI architect.
Mm-hmm.
But my basic education is not from like I have done BSc mathematics.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm not technical. I didn't have the technical education.
Mm-hmm.
So I find it difficult learning cloud or database technology, though I have good command on T-SQL, but data warehousing, I have never worked on it.
Mm-hmm.
And I really want to learn Azure,
Mm-hmm.
but my constraint is I start working at 1 p.m. Indian Standard Time and till 11 somewhere in the evening.
Mm-hmm.
So my concern is, do you have any weekend batches so that I can join in? If
Mm-hmm.
not, then some batch early in the morning as per Indian Standard Time. I'm okay with that.
So the timing wise, this is the timing which I have. I don't have any weekend batch because generally it doesn't work for me ideally, because sometimes in 2 months, sometimes the student is not available, sometimes I am not on available because it's weekend ideally. So I don't have a weekend schedule, and also I am in Germany, so I don't have a morning batch because it's if I take a batch in IST 8 a.m., then in Germany it's around 4:30 a.m. in the morning, which doesn't work for me. So the people who are not comfortable with this timing, which is 8 to 9 p.m., the timings can be here and there, half an hour changed, right? So it can be 7:30, it can be 8:30, it can be 9 p.m. But the timing will be around this time zone itself. But if you feel that you want to learn, so what else we can do? We can give you the option of buying a recording of a live class, and then you can connect separately for the just clearing the doubt and then understanding or resume preparation and all of that. So people are also opting for that particular option so that you can watch the recording in your comfortable timing, and then you can connect separately to clear your doubts, and then the for any sort of a guidance you can connect separately. So that option is there, and unfortunately I don't have any weekend batch or a week or a morning batch as of now. But the only option which I can give you to watch the recording and then connect with me separately for the doubt session or any sort of a help with respect to that.
Understood. With recorded session, how can I approach you for doubt clearing session and all?
Yeah, so like we have a dedicated group in which you can ask doubts. So after you purchase a recording, I will add you to the group in which you can see the recording, and then like you can ask question in that particular group. And then suppose if you have more doubt, you can ping me on the WhatsApp, and then I will add you to a particular ad hoc like a meeting, and then you can ask doubt. Or I will add you after the live session, and then you can ask doubt. As I have limited students, right? So it's not like I have like 500 students buying the recording. I take limited students. I for the recording also that I have limited students, so I can guide them, I can help them, and doubts will be cleared. That won't be an issue.
And apart from this, is there any licensing kind of scenario as in Power BI we have the license? Because I'm approximately 9+ years of experience, and
Mhm.
if I'm switching the career to Azure or any of the cloud technology,
Mhm.
the organization whichever will be hiring me will be expecting more than a beginner.
Mhm.
So for that, I need to have the hands-on experience. For
Mhm.
hands-on experience, what how can I approach it?
Yeah, so here your question will be answered. What if I am 5 to 10 years of experience, how I can switch? So I will cover that part anyways. But our each and every session will be the completely practical. So I will show you something in the class, and then I will give you the homework with respect to that particular session. Now, if you are experienced how to switch or how to approach that, that will be answered during the demo. So please wait for some time, and I will come to that part.
Okay,
And
okay.
licensing, as in like we have a free subscription in Azure, you can practice, and all of that question I will answer in, I mean, going forward. All right, guys. Anybody has any other question? I will take one more question and then we'll go to the what of it. Anybody has any other question?
Hello, Abhishek.
Yeah.
Yeah, as a job perspective and as market value, which is good cloud, Azure or AWS? Means which has a
I cannot
job.
answer that. Ideally, job is in every cloud. Uh, and I already given the reasons why I feel Azure has an edge. But I will not say that AWS is bad, because if you want to really learn and then get a job, you can get a job in any field. And there is a good market potential in every field. But I feel, because I am from Azure background and due to the reasons which I have given, Azure has an edge.
Okay.
All right, guys. Now let's go to the what of it. What is Azure data engineering, or what is data engineering, or what is cloud, and what are the starter tool you should focus on? Let's come to that part. Okay. So all right. Now to understand what of it, one second. I do have a very good slide which I will open. All right. Let's open this itself. Now suppose I will try to give you an example. All right. So let's try to understand this, right? So suppose, what is data engineering? We'll understand that first before going any further. So first of all, we should understand what is data engineering and what is the day-to-day role of a data engineer, right? It should be very clear for you. So suppose if I give you a requirement in which Walmart Walmart wants to understand how their business is performing, okay, and to understand that they want to make a dashboard. Okay, so suppose a Walmart uh, particular like a manager uh, reached out to any one of you. Suppose Walmart manager reached out to Raghavendra because he is from the Power BI background, and Walmart managers told Raghavendra, hey Raghavendra, I want to understand how my business, how our business is performing, and basically I want to understand the which product is performing best, or what is the gross sales of each and every product, and which employee is performing best. I want to understand that. Okay. So Raghavendra said that yeah, I am from Power BI background, so I can basically make a very good dashboard for you. And then in the dashboard you can probably like understand everything, so you can just come to morning and then you can refresh it, and then it will give you a picture, very good dashboard, and then graphs to understand that, right? So Walmart manager is happy, but now Raghavendra is not happy because Raghavendra knows how to make a Power BI dashboard, right? Because Raghavendra is a Power BI guy, so he knows about Power BI, so he knows how to make that particular dashboard, but Raghavendra is confused now how to get that particular data, right? So to make particular dashboard, he need probably sales data, he need product data, he need employee data, all of that he needs, right? So Raghavendra is confused now how to get that particular data, right? So now what Raghavendra will do, Raghavendra will basically reach out to a, and also manager told, like his manager told that I want the data which you are using, let's make a futuristic product, right? Because every company is making the everything in the cloud, so let's fulfill this requirement, Raghavan, in the cloud itself. So we'll do everything in the cloud this time. So Raghavan said yes, completely fine, because we will use all the cloud product, and then I will deliver you to the dashboard, right? And Raghavan is the architect, so he thought that yeah, so let's reach out to few people, and Raghavan reached out to me because he said that yeah, basically Abhishek can probably help me because he is the data engineer, right? So Raghavan will recall me, and Raghavan will ask Abhishek, I need this and that data. I need probably the sales information, or a particular like employee information or product information, and can you help me with that, right? So as a data engineer, what data engineer will do, data engineer will fulfill the requirement of a data analyst, which is like presenting or doing a descriptive analytics. So data engineer will find out the data engineer will try to understand the data, where that particular data is located. So probably if it has a some sort of a system guy or a system admin or a system like suppose, so all suppose manager also told Raghavan that hey Raghavan, I have so we have the Walmart has a data in the SQL server, or suppose some this all of this server, and these are the guys from where you can probably get it. So now it's a data engineer job to call to understand the data and get the data for Raghavan. So now what I will do, I will understand where that particular data is, then try to move that particular data in a cloud storage, because that data should be there in the cloud storage, right? So I will try to move the data in the cloud. That is the first job which I will do, right? So I will do extraction part. What we call it as extraction part, in which you are trying to get the data from the particular server and then trying to extract it, right? So this is the extraction part which you will do, and after that I will store it, right? But I told Raghavan, hey Raghavan, I do have a data in the cloud, and then this is the data. But Raghavan will tell Abhishek, you have like sales data, or you have employee data, and you have all of this data. But in the sales data, I have like so many columns which I don't need, right? So why can't you just limit down those column, or just try to uh, like suppose the date column is not in this particular format, can you just increase it so that I can get some like I can get some clear data? So what I will do, I will try to transform the data, right? So then on that particular data, I will try to combine it, transform it, make it proper so that Raghavendra can use it, right? So then you will do the data transformation part in the data which you have there in the cloud by using some sort of a SQL server, or the Databricks or Spark cluster and all of that. Then we will try to transform data by using some sort of a language, either SQL or Python. We will try to transform the data. Once that data is transformed, I will try to give that particular data to Raghavendra, and then Raghavendra will use the data. So as a data engineer, what are the tasks we will do? We will do the extraction part. We will try to load the data, and then we'll do the transformation part. Either you will do extract, transform, and load, or you will do extract, load, and transform. That is a job of a data engineer. Okay. So what you will do, you will design a pipeline, you will write a transformation logic, you will maintain the data quality. So I will maintain the quality of the data. I will find out the right data source for Raghavendra. I will try to build a new features. But suppose I have given all of this to Raghavendra, the Raghavendra manager told that, hey, I probably need like how many business unit I have. Then I will get the business unit data, all of that, right? So my job is to do that, right? Raghavendra job is to make the dashboard and then do all of this, right? So that is the Raghavendra job. So what is the job of a data engineer on day-to-day basis? The job of a data engineer on day-to-day basis is extract, transform, and load to process and automate the workflows and migrate data between platforms. Now building the data marts. So now, like whatever we have done, we are basically building a data mart in a particular warehouse or a SQL server. We will build a data marts. I will try to monitor whether daily my pipelines are running or not. So I will do the monitoring job. I will also ensure my data quality is correct or not. That is also my job, right? I will also try to maintain the code quality, right? That is also my job. I will try to optimize the cost. So suppose if this particular pipeline is taking, suppose like the 10,000 euros or $10,000, I will try to optimize it, run the pipeline in an efficient manner, right? I will try to enhance the performance of the data pipeline. I will try to like give proper permissions in the data so that suppose Raghavan said that Abhishek, this particular data contains the employee information. So can you just limit down or do some sort of a because Raghavan is architect, right? He has a very good understanding. So he can tell me that Abhishek, can you just like apply some sort of a hash uh, uh, just try to apply some like the the transformation on this particular column so that the salary is not visible or the employee personal email ID is not visible easily to everyone. So I will try to transform data in that particular manner, right? So apply the access control ensuring. So I will provide the data. So Raghavan is also confused. Abhishek, you have moved like 20 data and I'm confused now how to connect all of this data, right? So I will give a data lineage diagram so that he can understand all the data, right? And I will document the whole process. That is the job of a data engineer, right? Now, what is not your job? Your job is to not build ML models, right? So suppose Raghavan said that Abhishek, can you also try to find out what is the sales will happen in 2026 or like I want to understand that. So data engineer, if you know this better, right? But data engineer is not to build a like data engineer will make the data ready for data analyst and data scientist, but he will not build or deploy the ML models. He will not create a dashboard, right? He will not manage the CI/CD pipeline. He will not design the front end applications, right? He will not like do the web development or a mobile app development, right? And then he will not handle the suppose Raghavan said that Abhishek, can you secure the whole infrastructure, right? That is not also a job of a data engineer. Now, suppose somebody can say, Abhishek, I really want to learn this as well because I feel this is important, like the reports and a CI/CD pipeline, or I have seen in the job description in LinkedIn that data engineers should learn CI/CD pipeline as well. Yeah, it's like suppose in the job description they can write everything, right? So they can just hire a guy and then make them to do everything, right? But when you are new, you should focus on what is important. You shouldn't focus on learning everything because it will just like blow your mind if I tell you to just learn this whatever I told, right? So if I tell you to learn each one of this point, then each one of this point is very broad, right? So you should learn about the things which is very very important. Then you should learn on the things which is less of important, which can give you the edge ultimately, right? Then you can focus on that. But my recommendation is focus on to learn what is important first and then focus on the learning other things, right? So this is the job of a data engineer. This is what you will do on day-to-day basis. Now when I will come again to this particular diagram, so in Azure when you are doing extraction part, you ideally use data factory for it, right? When you are loading the data, you will use a data lake for it. And then when you're doing a transformation, you will probably use Databricks or a SQL Server for it, right? So now these are the tools, are the starter tool ideally for a the data engineers, right? So suppose if I open this starter tool, these are the starter tool you should focus on, which is Data Factory, Data Lake, SQL Server, Databricks, DevOps, Azure Synapse Analytics, Databricks, all of that are the starter tool ideally. So here we will use the data factory for the extraction part. For the loading part, we used like a SQL data lake, Azure data lake, right? And then for transformation part, either we use Databricks or a SQL server, right? So all of this we will use. And then these are the starter tool you should focus on. And then during the course, we will learn each and every tool, right? So we'll learn about Synapse, we'll learn about Databricks, we'll learn about SQL D, we will learn about data lake. All of that we'll learn, right? So this is the starter tool you should focus on. This is what the data engineering is, right? Now, anybody has any question related to the what of it, right? You can ask me now if you have any question. So few people has written few questions. Any weekend batch? No, there is no weekend batch. Will class will be available after the live session in a recorded format? Yes. No weekend batch for fresher. Yes, this job is also for fresher. Will you also teach data factory? Yes, I will teach data factory. Most of the data engineer require experience here in India. How should I get the starter? Yeah, you so most of the people require experience here in India. How? So guys, see, this is very common question. I am fresher. This particular role or Azure data engineer role hire freshers. So guys, if you're fresher, nobody is open for you, right? So no, in if you go to the web development, software development, they are not telling, hey, come, you are fresher, I will hire you. Or if you're a system admin, nobody is telling, hey, we are system admin, come and hire you. This is a common general problem for a fresher, that they face difficulty to get a job. And it's okay, right? Because if you're a fresher and if you haven't done a particular work anywhere, then it's okay to struggle in beginning, right? But if you struggle properly, if you prepare properly, then you can get a job. And as a fresher, you should get a job in a particular field which is futuristic, right? So in the cloud is very futuristic. So suppose the people who are here, right, they are 5 to 10 years of experience, and they are leaving their like whatever 5 to 10 years of career behind, and they want to learn data engineering because they know that this is future. That is why they are learning it. And if you are a fresher and if you're getting an advantage to choose a right field right now, instead of learning it like going to a field which is not good for future and then switching it later on, it's very difficult, right? So now, as a fresher, you should focus on learning a tool first, which is like suppose a data engineer, because it has a good future. And if you prepare it well, right, if you just do projects properly, if you gain hands-on skill set, then you you will get a job, because every fresher face a different difficulty in beginning. I have also faced difficulty in beginning, that I wanted to get a job back in 2016 as a data scientist, because yeah, that was very trendy right now, on those particular days. Then I also struggled for a bit, and then I tried to prepare projects, do some sort of a SQL training or do some sort of a data science trainings, right? And then I got a job as a data scientist, and then slowly I moved into data engineering because I got a project which I delivered, and then I switched into data engineering particularly. But as a fresher, you'll face difficulty in every field, and every field want a particular experienced guy. But if you prepare it well, it is doable, right? It's not like it's not doable. So that's my answer related to this. I am passed out in 2020, completed to then I am not joining not 90 cognizant company. Yeah, so this particular training is designed for a person who will basically get a job. This particular training is designed job centric. So nobody will come and register my course if they are not getting job after this training, right? So this particular training is from the day one designed as if it is for the interview, right? So yeah, so I will take care of it, and I have done it multiple times. I have switched as a data engineer multiple times in India, and also I switched from here from India, right? So I know it can be done, so I can guide you properly. All right, guys. If anybody has any question which is not answered now, you can ask me.
Hi Abhishek.
Yes.
Abhishek just wanted to know so basically and like I'm having around 3.5 years of experience and working in one of the Microsoft tool that is Dynamics CRM. So how
Dynamics
easy
365.
yeah. So how
Mhm.
easy and how relevant will be for me to transition into Azure, will it be beneficial, and how, like, if you can
Dynamics
give
365
some
is
feedback.
also downgraded, right? Nowadays, people are moving from Dynamics 365 to cloud, the data,
Mm-hmm.
like basically,
Yeah.
right? I have done many migration project from Dynamics 365. So if you are working on Dynamics 365, that will be like that will be gone. So uh, ideally you can learn how to migrate the data, and then suppose just your example, suppose you are working on a Dynamics 365. Now when you learn Azure, right, so suppose, yeah, so you can prepare Azure and you can learn about data factory, which is basically the data extraction tool. What's your good name? Sorry.
Kush.
Yeah, Kush. So suppose Kush is working on Cognizant, right? You said you're working on Cognizant, right? In which company you're
No, no,
working?
no. I'm working in Infosys.
Yeah, so suppose Kush is working on Infosys, and then Kush has a project, suppose, which is there in Dynamics 365. So what Kush can do ideally, Kush can learn Data Factory, right? So Kush can learn Data Factory from a course which I am offering, right? And then Kush can learn how to move the data from Dynamics 365 to Azure Cloud. And I will teach how to do that. So like I will teach how to actually do that, like how to make a full load pipeline, how to make a delta load pipeline, how the data can be migrated, how to transform the data, how to make a dashboard and like give that to Raghavendra, right? I will teach everything. Now what Kush can do, Kush can write in the resume that like my particular project in which I was working in a Dynamics 365, but the it is downgraded nowadays and everybody is aware about it, right? So now what I have done to help my client, I have learned Data Factory and I have done the migration from Dynamics 365 to Azure Cloud Storage. And then I have given a dashboard to my clients to prepare it well, right? So this is how we can project, and he can say that I have done this particular project for 1 year and 1.5 year and something like that, and then he can basically switch to Azure Cloud, and this is how you can do. So you can, whatever experience you have, the past experience, you can learn this and you can ideally uh, combine it with your previous experience and then you can switch. This is how you can do it ideally.
Okay, okay, yeah. Thanks for the answer.
All right, guys. Anybody has any other question? Okay. If not, then let's move ahead. So now the next section is the how of it, like course overview, the everything, right? So let me go to this particular slide. All right. So the course overview, as I already told, that this particular batch is a small batch of 20 students. Now the people tell sometimes that Abhishek, this 20 is not like a small batch, right? It's a big batch. But when I take 20 students, I make sure that I know their profile and then I help them. Like 20 students is a good number. Reason big, suppose 20 people register, then 50, 12, 15 or 14 people are regularly attending the class and doing all of these, right? So now I can help them. I can help them till the time they get a job. So I make sure, because if I take more students, then it's becoming hectic for me. So I take 20 students. I help them till the time they get a job, right? So and basically, I will help you to do projects with me, and then I will help you to write those projects in your resume. Then I will give you the interview question from those projects. Then I will help you to make your resume, and then I will give you the, like, I will try to take the mock interview so that you're prepared. So all of that will be done during this part of this course, right? So as I have already written that, and also I will give you the interview openings which is under my circle, right? So it's not like I am like some sort of a consultant. I have opened a consultancy firm, and then many people are approaching me, and I will give you the interview openings. But in my circle, I have good connection in the LinkedIn, so I try to give the interview question from that, right? So all of this, I will try to give you during the course. So yeah, so this is what we will give you. I will give you the opportunities across the globe. So suppose sometimes there is an aspiration of going abroad. So I will try to give you the openings of Europe as well, particularly because I am from Europe, right? So I know the market here. So I will give you the openings because I have good connections here as well. Then I will take the mock interview, the small batch size is there, right? And then I teach what I do, right? So I make sure you learn that, right? Now at the same time, yeah, so let me come here. Now, who should go for this particular course, right? So the people who having no prerequisites. So I don't, like, suppose if you don't know SQL, if you don't know Python, then also you can register for this particular course. This is the course for a beginner, right? So the people who are switching. Now, suppose Raghavan can say, Abhishek, I'm 9 years of experience. Can I still do this course? Yes, you can do this course. Because from this particular course, you can write 3 to 4 years of experience into Azure Cloud. This course is capable enough to justify 3 to 4 years of Azure Cloud experience, right? So and then in this particular course we'll learn about data factory, we'll learn about Databricks, we'll learn about Synapse Analytics, right? So 60 to 65% we'll learn about data factory, 20 to 30% we'll learn about Databricks, and then rest is warehousing concept, and then your SCD type implementation, and then your DevOps, and then Synapse Analytics and all of that, right? And then generally the people who are from Informatica, SSIS, Power BI transition into the Azure cloud, and then others can also learn it. If you are from non IT background, if you are from a marketing background, if you are from sales background, then also you can do this particular course. So this course is a, like I told you, the prerequisite, and I also told you the what we are offering right now, right? So let's go to the course overview now. So in this particular course, we will teach you, first of all, we'll teach you about Azure subscription, what is Azure and all of that. Then we'll teach you about what is a blob storage data like Gen 2, what is integration runtime, link service, copy data activity, how to make a full load, how to make a delta load, how to basically integrate, Git integration, how to, like, what is Databricks, what is Delta Table, Delta Lake, all of that, right? What is Lakehouse architecture? Then how to manage active directory, what is if else activity, metadata activity, what are the different types of a trigger, how to transform the different files, CSV, JSON, XML file using PySpark, what is a key vault, what is a shared integration runtime, and then JDBC connector, fact. So all of this warehousing concept, SCD type implementation, fact, star schema, Snowflake schema, sending the email alert through the logic app, all of that we will teach you. We will do 3 projects, as I mentioned, that this is the first project, which is data factory centric, this is a Databricks centric project, and then this is a Synapse Analytics centric project, right? So these are the 3 projects which we will do during this particular course curriculum. All right, all of this course curriculum is basically uploaded in a in a LMS portal. So I will show you the LMS portal as well. So now this is the recent batch which I finished, right? So suppose this is the recent batch which I finished. So all of the course curriculum will be uploaded in the LMS portal, as you can see, right? So the class, so this is the syllabus, and then class 1 homework. So after every class, you can see every homework, right? So now suppose if I go to this particular class, right? So create an integration, link service integration runtime, create a link service, create an integration runtime, write about link service, what's the difference between a integration runtime and link service, all of that I will actually show during the class, right? So if you see the whole the class, the actually I show everything while doing, right? So everything is practical, and after every class there is a homework which is given to you, right? Sam, please wait for some time. I will take your question. Then, after this particular class, I will give you the project explanation, how you can write the project in your resume, and then I will give you the assignments which you can do, right? And then suppose the sample resume, I will give you the sample resume. Then the data factory, the interview, the each tool wise interview question will be given to you, and then each company wise interview question will be given to you, right? Each company interview question will be given to you, right? So all of this you will get, right? So you get the homework, you get the course curriculum, sorry, you get the homework, you basically get the assignment. And after this particular course, you can also, like, so if you show me everything, right? So if you show me the resume, if you show me your everything, right? So then and if you complete everything, like assignment, interview question, everything, we will give you the certification after the class, like after the after you show everything, right? We'll give you the certification of the completion. Okay, so that will be also given to you. All right, so this particular course curriculum is enough for the people who wants to show to 3 to 3.5 years of experience or a 4 years of experience, right? But somebody can say, Abhishek, I have, and also this course is capable enough to get you the package up to 25 LPA, right? But suppose somebody can say, Abhishek, I am basically experienced guy and my expectation is 45 LPA or a 50 LPA, right? So like when you have a higher expectation, you should have a, like, you should have a more knowledge, right? So for that, the second step would be to do the Databricks and Apache Spark course, right? So in this particular course, this is the second step which you can do. So in this course, you will learn the big data processing and a Databricks in a more detailed fashion. So this is the second step which you can do. If you have expectation of more than 30 LPA, then I recommend doing this course as well after this course. That you can also do, right? So you can enroll for this particular course, or you can buy both of the courses together, in which like you can basically do all of this, right? So that is the second step which you can do. Now this is the, so as I told that this batch is started on Monday, then there are a few classes which has happened, right? So now suppose if I will give you all of this recording, and here in this particular recording, you can see that, yeah, I am giving the homework after each and every class. And then this is, suppose in this particular class itself, somebody asks a doubt regarding an interview, right? So this particular question, the whole training is being designed interview centric, right? As I told you. So suppose here I already started about talking about common interview question about Azure data engineering. So I already from the day one, I highlight whatever is important and I give them the homeworks around it, right? So this whole training is being designed in that particular fashion. All right. So now I have given the course overview and then lab session. Sometimes there is also a question that, Abhishek, how do I practice, right? So suppose the whole training will go here, portal.azure.com. Yeah, so whole training will go here, portal.azure.com. This particular whole subscription is free for a month. Okay, so for a month, you cannot you don't need to pay anything. Then after a month, you can either create any other account of your friend. Like, so suppose, yeah, so Raghavan can create account using my Ankit account, or like, yeah, their friends credit card or debit card they can use, and they can create a new account. But if you say that, Abhishek, I don't want to bother my friend and I want to just create my account, that also you can do. In that way, you can upgrade your account to pay as you go account, right? So suppose here, if you see my invoices, right? So here I am just paying like suppose 3,000 or 2,000 rupees a month. Reason being, I am basically using this particular portal for many things, right? So I do many mock POCs, and then I help many people as well to do some sort of a mock POC and project, and then I train and then do many side hustle over here. That is why my cost is 3,000 rupees. But if you use it properly, then the cost will be 1,000 or 1,500 rupees a month after a month, right? After 1 month of free subscription, you can upgrade to pay as you go, and you need to pay 1,000 to 1,500 rupees a month for a practicing purpose. But suppose if you want to mitigate that, right? If you don't want to pay for that as well, then you can create your friend's credit card and you can use that particular account. That also you can do. And sometimes there is arrangement that during the class, people make 3 people group. So suppose me or Ankit or Raghavan are friends now. So ideally, I can create one account for this month and I can add Ankit and Raghavan in my account as a company. And then I can work, like all three can work. And next month, Ankit can create it. Next to next month, Raghavan can create it. This is how also subscription can be ideally shared. Okay. All right, guys. So this is about the course curriculum, and then how the course will go and what are the topics is being covered. If you have any question related to this now, you can ask. Yeah, guys. Anybody has any question?
So, like as you have already explained it, that I cannot go with the live classes because of my work
Mm-hmm,
restrictions.
mm-hmm,
So with recording sessions,
mm-hmm.
um, like is that lab and every guidance is available there? And apart from that, like how can I approach it to you? Because or you are already you are also working somewhere and you have 8 or 9, 7 hours. I think Europe has 7 working hours and then 7 or 8 working hours. So post that traveling and yeah, I hope as you are 8 years of experience, you might not be carrying your family over there. So
Mm-hmm.
everything you are doing by yourself or maid or something, you are spending some time over there as well. So,
Mm-hmm.
like for consistent support or guidance, how can we approach to you?
Approach is the I communicate over a WhatsApp. So suppose if you ping me, Abhishek, I do have this and that doubt. Either I will add you to the after the live class that you can ask doubt, and am available on WhatsApp. And that is the reason I take limited students. So it's not like suppose you're thinking that, Abhishek, you have so many things. My doubts will be cleared on the same day. So suppose if you raise a doubt today, then I will add you to the particular live class tomorrow, or I will make sure your doubt is cleared. It's not like your doubt is there and then not you're not getting answer. And also in our LMS portal, they like in our LMS portal as well, you can raise your concern and you can ask doubts. So suppose, yeah, so in the LMS portal as well, people can like in the LMS portal as well, directly you can ask doubt, and there also you can get answer. And if I am not able to answer you properly, because sometimes there is a technical question that cannot be answered properly there, then I will create a meeting. There are many ways through which the doubt will be cleared. So don't worry about that, like your doubt won't be clear. So I am reachable on WhatsApp. You can ask doubt in LMS portal. We are also conducting the doubt session 6 to 9 p.m. for everyone every day. That is also been done in the community portal. And also I will add you to the WhatsApp group dedicated for the people who are buying the recording. So you can ask the doubt in the particular group as well. So, and also you can ping me privately. So there are many mediums to ideally ask doubt if you have any doubt, ideally. And
Understood.
also, yeah, so if like suppose if you have doubt, there is an ad hoc meeting which is also been created, which I told you, right? So if you ping that Abhishek, I need a meeting for a particular doubt to be cleared, that also will be done, because I will add you to a particular live session in which you can ask doubt. And all of that can be done. Reason being, I have like a limited student, as I told that, like in the recording as well, I have limited students, in the batch as well, I have limited students, so I can cater them. But suppose if I have 200 students, I cannot definitely cater them considering whatever commitment I'm doing. So, but I have limited students right now, so that won't be that won't be an issue. Your doubt won't be an issue ideally.
Understood. Got it.
All right, guys. Anybody has any other question?
Abhishek, I have pinged you over WhatsApp.
Hmm.
Whenever you get time, please like answer it.
Yeah.
Whenever,
Okay.
like not as of now or not today,
Hmm.
even tomorrow,
Yeah.
whenever you get time.
Okay. Yeah. All right, guys. Anybody has any other question? All right. If not, then let's move ahead. So now, how we will prepare for the interview, company question, and then resume, mock interview, all of that, right? So now, uh, so how we will prepare for the interview. So after, suppose this course is for 2 months, okay? And sometimes there is also a confusion that Abhishek, how we will do 3 projects in 2 months, okay? So you are just like, it's not possible, okay? So how we will do 2 projects or 3 projects in a span of like 2 months, because generally 3 projects is being done like in 2 years, and like it's not possible, okay? But now, like suppose this training is around like 25 to 30 hours without any doubt sessions, I will be teaching you, okay? Now this 30 hours is being made by redundant. I am teaching this particular batch for probably like 25th or 26th time. And during the class, when I am teaching, I don't get a particular error while creating any pipeline. Okay, if I create a delta load pipeline, if I create a full load pipeline, or if I am doing everything, and I'm doing it everything in real time. Okay, it's not like I am just like recording and then I'm giving it to you. It's not like that. I will do it during the class. I will show you everything. Okay, and I will also show, like probably share few recordings of a live class which is already completed 4 classes. You can probably watch it, okay, how I am doing. I will do it everything real time, okay? So suppose when I give you this particular recording, this is just like starting, and then here also I'm showing everything real time. So just watch 2 3 recordings, okay? I can send all of this recording to you guys. Watch all of this recording, okay, and see how I'm doing. Just watch all the recording, like first, second, third recording, right? So because first recording is probably like few theory I need to teach anyways, but watch 3 recordings, right? And then see how I'm doing. So the all the 30 classes is being made like in a crisp manner, in a very like a summary, right? So now if you practice all the 30 hours of recording, you probably need like more 60 hours, right? Because each of the class you probably need 2 hours to practice it, because you learn it, you will do mistakes, you will then do it, right? And then you'll complete the assignment. So it's not ideally like 30 hours, you need to spend like 90 hours ideally in a span of like 2 months. In that case, you need to spend like 1 to 2 hours daily. Now, suppose if you say, Abhishek, I cannot like do that, 1 2 hours is too much, but you can do this 2 months of training in 3 months as well, because you have all every recording. If you are able to do 70% of a work, then you can do few of the work revision, and after that, then also you can practice it. This is how you can go. So it is not ideally 30 hours, it's ideally like the more than that. And then every project is not a totally a new project. If you learn the first project, then the second project you need to learn a bit, then the third project you need to learn a bit, then you can do three projects, right? So suppose architecture wise it's different, but tool wise the three projects are same, right? So suppose here we have a data factory, and then here also we have like Databricks, here also we have Databricks. So every project is not, and then once you learn both of the project, this project is amal like the if you learn data factory and Databricks, you can easily work on the Synapse, right? So this all of this has been designed in that particular fashion that yeah, you can write three projects, you can write three, and also I have shown you, right, the actual description of all of this project I have shown you already. Uh, so yeah, so this is how the things will go. And then the interview question which I will be giving to you, it's been made by me giving many interviews. Okay, so it's not like if I show you the yeah, so this is how I prepare for the interview. Okay, so this like suppose I try to give interviews in many companies just to help my students. This is all interview question which I have prepared and given the interview just to help my students, and then I am giving you the interview question. Okay, so suppose whenever you go for any sort of a competitive exam, like suppose I am going for AI EEE or an IT, or if I'm going for a CAT, or if I'm going for any competitive exam, how I should prepare for that particular exam? I do mock papers, right? And probably all of you have done the mock papers for preparation of any of the exam, right? So how we do that? We basically do the mock papers, we do the important questions, and then we practice those guys, please mute yourself. So we mock paper, we practice the mock papers, and then we prepare for it, right? Similarly here also we will focus on preparing the important interview question by after doing the training, and then we'll prepare the important question, and then we prepare, we go for the interview, right? Suppose if you give 10 interviews, then the 11th or 12th interview is redundant, just asking like 10 interview question which you have already learned it, right? So this is how we will ideally prepare for the interviews. Okay, and then we will not wait for 2 months to like do all of this. You probably a 1.5 month I will help you to make your resume, and then you appear for the interview, because your first interview won't be cleared, your second interview won't be clear, your third interview won't be clear, but after third or fourth interview, your interview will start getting good response because you are probably in the new field. So you need some time, right? So it's really amazing if you can crack first interview, but it generally doesn't happen considering the you are learning a new skill set. But after 3 4 interview, people start getting like confidence, and start getting like a good response from the interview, and then after 6 7 interview, probably like yeah, so your interview will start getting cleared, and then you have offers, and then but you need to constantly work towards it, right? The only thing which I need from your side is homeworks, right? So suppose I can track the progress of everyone, right? So suppose here I can go to the learner, I can check my learner who is doing what work, right? And then I can also check like I can ping them, I can understand that hey, are you why you're not doing this homework, or why where you are lacking behind, all of that I can check. So the I get the report, track them the progress, I check like where they are, and then I try to practice. And if you see that I have limited students, as I told, right? So they here 25, 14, 31. So I have limited students. I try to help them, and few students buy the recording in this. This is how it generally goes, right? All right. So I think, and then suppose somebody says that Abhishek, I want some sort of like DP 203 certification or some certification that can be also done. So if you're looking for some certifications, so you can follow the certification as well. So I recently done this particular data engineer associate certification. So I can also guide you. I renew the certification regularly, so I can guide you for the certification as well, for Databricks as well, for any sort of a certification guidance and those things. If you want, that can be also given to you, right? So that won't be an issue. All right, guys, so now if you have any question, you can ask me now, guys. Anybody has any question? All right. Yeah, I'm coming to that part. What is the fees of the course?
And Sheikh, just one question.
Yeah.
Actually, for as of now, I have few constraints. Like I'm serving the notice, and though I have the offer, but I don't want to join that organization. So I'm preparing for something else as well. I'm preparing for fabric.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, so if I don't take the course right now during my notice, because getting the job in Delhi NCR is my priority as of now.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm much more focused over there. So I'm slightly confused that shall I go for it or not? Because
Mm-hmm.
uh, I cannot discuss it here, but I can
Mm-hmm.
discuss it with you separately.
Mm-hmm.
So because of work pressure and some other freelancing work also I'm doing on
Yeah.
Power BI side,
Mm-hmm.
Power BI side. So I will hardly get the time as of now.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you have some classes planned after January? Because on 4th of January, my notice will end. Till then, I'm hoping that I'll get some offer from Delhi NCR.
Mm-hmm.
But like as of now,
Yeah,
I'm
so every 2 months I start a batch. So
okay.
suppose
Then
this batch is started in this October, so November there won't be any batch, but this in December I will again start a batch. Then I will again start a batch in February. So this is how it goes. So you can probably join in during that time. Or you can enroll now, you can buy the recording, you can just start learning few things, and then in January, when you want to join like a real batch, then you can pay rest of the money and then you can join because recording is less of a price as compared to the live class. So live class is 20,000 rupees, but the we can I can give you the live class in 18,000 rupees. As I told that we take 20 students, I have like few seats left. It's still three seats left, right? I have 1670 registration, but I will take three more students, 3 to 4 more students. So if you want to register, ping me on the private chat.
yeah, sure,
And
definitely.
also like if you want to get the recordings of what the classes has happened, I can share the recordings and then you can go through the recordings as well. Just watch all the three recording and then if you want to register after that, that is also your choice. But when you're watching it, just watch it carefully because ideally you need to register and watch it anyways. So the class will happen 8 to 9 p.m. IST daily. And if you want to really register for it, just register it because on Monday there's a next class. So ideally register it today so that you have a time to watch the recording and then start attending from Monday. All right, guys. So this is about the class. If you want to register for the training, please ping me on the private chat, and then I can give you the recordings and then also the like a payment link and all of that, and then you can pay for it. So this is about the demo. I'm still here if you have any doubt, but please ping me on the private chat if you want to register for the course. Thank you so much for joining the demo. See you then.
Thank you, Sheikh.
Thank you. Thank you so much, guys. If anybody has any question, you can ask me or else thank you for the demo. If you want to register, please ping me on the private chat and I will give you the payment details.
Thank you. I'm dropping as of
Thank you
now.
so
I
much.
pinged
Thank you so
you
much.
on
Yeah,
WhatsApp. Please,
yeah,
please respond whenever you get time.
yeah, yeah. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Yes, sir,
Thank
Raghavendra,
you.
I will do the same. Thank you. All right, guys. I'm ending the demo. If nobody has any question, please ping me on the private chat if you want to register. Thank you so much. Bye. So classes, no classes cannot be changed. We can take the classes Monday to Wednesday there is off. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday there will be a class. If you're not able to attend the class on Friday, probably you can refer to the recording in that case. All right, guys. Thank you so much. If anybody has any question, you can ask me. All right, guys. If not, then thank you so much. Bye.